Alright, well, I said I wasn't going to do this, but here we are. I'm going to take a chance. They have the category on there for Twitch, so I figured I might as well showcase this one off. So, I kind of started a game earlier, but we're not going to do that one. We're going to do a whole new game. I want to stress a couple things before we get started. This is a fan remake of an official Nintendo game. If you wish to support the games, please, Nintendo and the game Metroid II, you can buy the original off 3DS eShop, off I believe the Nintendo eShop, and you can, well, you can't really play it on the Switch, but those are two places you can get it. Or you can buy Metroid Samus Returns on the 3DS as well. I would highly recommend you choose either of these options before coming to play this, just to help support Nintendo and their remake of the beloved but very dated, very dated game if you play the original Game Boy game. I had the option of playing this or the original, and I practiced on the original, but I really wanted to play this. I guess that's where we're at. If this has problems, I will just stream the original. But we're taking a chance with this, so here we go. We're gonna skip the story. We've already seen the story from the original, but basically, in essence, what this is, largely, the original story for Metroid II comes pretty much largely from the not so much the game itself. The original game doesn't have much story to it at all. At least that's shown in the game, because it's a Game Boy game. Look at all those stock sound effects. All those stock explosion effects. The sprite work is amazing. Stock explosion effect. Oh yeah, so you have diagonal aim. You can diagonally aim up or down. Same way as in the Super Metroid, actually, which is a step up from the controls of Zero Mission. He did a lot of work, kind of being faithful, I feel, to Zero Mission's whole design philosophy, while making this game basically feel like what it would look like if it had been remade like Metroid Zero Mission, with a lot of fan improvements. Nintendo is good at making games, and I feel like there's a lot of things that could have been different that weren't done that way, and I don't entirely get why they weren't. I largely blame Nintendo for a couple things, but I don't know how much to lay on them or the development. I don't know, maybe I just like this game, but I really think that playing the original, if I could have played the 3DS version, I would have played that one instead. Nothing against this one. It's got a lot of work put into it. But yeah, this is Metroid 2. Basically, what Samus has done is Samus has been sent to the planet SR-388. In this case, in search for a missing Galactic Federation team. Well, that was sent after a research team that went missing. This planet just so also happens to be the home base for Metroids. That's a small problem. This is a evolved Metroid. Oddly, it can be hurt without having the ice speed. Well, I guess that actually makes them easier to deal with, right? Oh, interesting. So in the original game, there was no way of knowing how exactly to progress without kind of playing around and guessing. The original game was a straight-up hunt for Metroid. There were no bosses except for the Metroids. And, of course, the queen at the end of it all. And to make forward progress, you'd have to kill all the Metroids in a given area, and then lava would drain. It's the same way with the remake on 3DS, although the lava is a little less lava and a little more strange purple liquid. Which I guess has a freezing effect, as explained by the game itself on the Metroids. And that's why it was put in there. I don't know, the Chozo are strange in their ways. Basically, I kind of wanted to do it this way because I feel like I should. Just so that I don't... The reason I'm making some of the comparisons between the actual this is because this is a fan remake for all intents and I want that to be pretty well understood. But for a fan remake, it's amazingly done, actually. Samus has really... It is very controllable. Controls as good as, if not better, than most of any of the other games she's actually featured in. She can shoot in the 8 directions. I think that the 3DS remake has the free aim, which is probably the best thing ever. Missiles are once again our friends. We can morph ball, but we don't even have to do this. We can morph ball with a single press of a button. It's quick morphs, I feel like, and I wish that more games would do it like this. So, the fan remixes of this music is so good. And the whole thing behind Metroid's that between Metroid II, and the thing that threw a lot of people off about this game, I feel, is that it's a very linear game as compared to the original. The original is fairly linear, but you still have to do a lot of back and forth, and you can kind of openly explore the areas that you're going through. This game is incredibly linear with 8 areas that you have to go through all of in an order to actually complete the game, because that's simply where the Metroids are at. You can't go out of your order and sequence break or anything. The story is almost entirely focused on linearity and finding Metroids. So we're entering Area 1 after having beaten our first Metroid previous. This game actually went out of its way to kind of have a lot of lore for these areas, which I might read. Probably should, actually. Should have also read the lore for the Metroid, but I can do that by going here. Mission briefing is exterminate all Metroid organisms, locate and bring assistance to the Galactic Federation. Research and rescue. Okay. SR-388 is a remote planet where Federation research indicates it is the natural homeworld of the Metroid species. Outer crust is hollowed out. Massive cave system home to that is yet to be fully studied. The first expedition to SR-388 revealed the existence of Chozo ruins. Oops. Earthquakes, basically this explains that earthquakes happen in the Metroids. The research team went missing, the rescue team came after and went missing. Also lots of talking. So this also has tons of fan-written lore. But the first thing we fought was an Alpha Metroid. The Alpha Metroid has gained immunity to cold temperatures. The loss of several nuclei within its green membrane has left it vulnerable to concussive weaponry on its own. So it got rid of the need to... I'm not sure that that's an upgrade, actually. But it can only be damaged on the membrane, and there's an exoskeleton on the top that you can't hurt, so you have to shoot it. It's relatively weak, and its new appendages you have to grow to their full strength. The lost race of the Chozo and native species. We'll get into more of this as we go. There's lots to read here, and actually it's one of the best things about this game. If you want to read it, there. But it's totally optional. You don't have to, like Metroid Prime in that regard. That's another game that once I have the ability to record those and stream those, I'm going to be giving those games a go before Metroid Prime 4 comes. But here we are in a new area. This is the Golden Temple. This temple stands at the base of a hollow mountain. The statues, carved stones, and installed design attest that the structure was built to be a sanctuary, possibly religious significant. The temple has withstood the test of time, showing the building knowledge and experience of the Chozo. Scans detect the presence of a stationary robotic entities placed at strategic points inside the structure. No control signals are detected. These units are operating autonomously. Interesting. Oh, we even get nice area text. The widescreen support for this game is so good. So this is kind of how every area goes. How I want to approach every area. There are a selection of things to grab out of every area. Items. Like this. Morph ball bombs. Which actually look really cool. Morph ball bombs allow us to really get started here. But what I'm trying to get at is that every area has the same basic set of mechanics. Get the items, hunt the Metroids, on every Metroid, move on. And that's basically how this game proceeds. Nothing necessarily wrong with that, it's just how it goes. A nice little hidden thing. For our first energy tank. You don't have to do any puzzle in the original game for an energy tank, it literally just gets handed to you. Fall down here. Roll on through this little passage. And we come in here for our first major power-up, the Charge Beam. This differs from the original game and the remake. Neither the remake, both the remake and the original game have the Ice Beam there. And we don't have it here. This game also chooses to let you draw in power-ups similar to Metroid Prime by using the Charge Beam. Nice little touch. Did I just say I love this music? I love the music in the remake too, and in the original, but the original has been not really dated. This room, like the original, has about 1 million missile tanks. The main difference between this game and the original is that missile tanks give 10 missiles per. This game only gives 5 missiles per, like Metroid games. And we can have a sneak peek of our last power-up for this area. I wonder what that could be. I guess we'll find out soon enough, won't we? Hop back over these little flame turrets. It's interesting, in the original game you can actually freeze those fireballs, but we don't get a chance to do that here because, well, we don't get the Ice Beam. I might play the original too alongside this, but I really wanted to show off one of the remakes. That's one of my absolute favorites, since I can't record the official remake. I would do if I could. Missiles have an area of effect. That's a different thing from any Metroid game, actually. Most Metroid games don't even do that. There's another energy tank for us. Another missile tank. I forget exactly how this puzzle goes. I think this. Right, left, middle. I always end up shooting the middle first every time I come back because I don't remember the exact method to getting that open. I don't think exiting there will return the block though. Which is nice. The puzzle stays solved. Making a return for Metroid Zero mission are the delayed fall blocks, one of my favorite little things that I wish more of the Metroid games had as a feature. Makes the fall block puzzles interesting. What's this way? Well, first of all, we see another Metroid shell. But if we come over here, we get a strange enemy that wasn't in the original. More importantly, we can come down to claim the Spider Ball. Hold LB or LT in Morph Ball form to climb walls. The original was a little odd in how this worked. You didn't hold down a button, it triggered by pressing down on the directional pad, and then you had to hit jump to reset the Spider Ball. I much prefer this, because it feels like the 3DS Remake. 3DS Remake, it feel like a little more solidly, and I don't know how to explain it, more fluidly perhaps. Better Metroid Alpha. In the original, they take 5 missiles. And this I've noticed they take 6, which is only a slight increase. But it is something. You can Spider Ball in midair. Just morph up to the wall, turn on Spider Ball, and thing to the wall. Moving along this scene will get us to a power-up. There's a way we can get it faster later, but I felt like I wanted to show this off. This is much harder to get in this version of... Or this is much harder to get in the original version of Metroid II. Well, I've fallen off. However, unlike Metroid II base game, infinite bomb jumping is back. Oh, I missed it. Infinite bomb jumping is back. So we can make progress where we couldn't have made it otherwise just by bomb jumping back up. That is pretty much all the items in this area and all the power-ups. Another upgrade I guess I should mention from this game in the original is that in the original it was limited so much that the enemies only could drop one type of power-up. So certain enemies dropped missiles, certain enemies dropped a small energy, certain enemies dropped big energy. There was no real way to farm missiles unless you found what the game offered as basically full missile refills, the first of their kind for the franchise. Come on, I know I can do this. There we go. Or by doing the other way, farming them off of very specific enemies. Interesting. These are Metroid breeding grounds. This area spans a custom-built ecosystem that favors their growth. The terrain itself is dangerous. Tendrils growing along the ground release extremely corrosive chemicals. Opportunistic predators and scavengers can recognize this as an ideal feeding ground, taking advantage of injured or dead animals. The presence of at least one Metroid is expected when venturing in these habitats. Tendrils are determined to be of an artificial origin, synthesized through technologically advanced methods. They absorb nutrients from dead matter. So they were built by the Chozo, I guess, or something, to feed Metroids. Interesting. Hasn't noticed us, so we can get a surprise drop on it if we can actually aim and shoot. That one's feels like it's taking 7 shots. They're a little aggressive, and they get more aggressive as you go. First set of Metroids aren't really a problem. It's later Metroids that tend to be an issue. Oh, hello. Huh. I don't know what these are, by the way. Maybe I can look that up at some point. Yeah, we can come over here and find another Metroid. This guy is annoying. He likes to dodge. But if they dodge down into your missiles, they still blow up. Or they still take damage. Sorry, I'm like all over the place. I'm like super duper distracted. I don't know what's going on. There's another one that doesn't dodge. If you get yourself into a rhythm, they become fairly easy to take on. You notice that this game has a hard mode. Hard mode is so much more difficult. The hard mode gives you less missiles, like Metroid Zero Mission hard mode, and also has this really annoying thing about it. Hard mode, you can only restock your missiles from enemies or from save points. Metroids do not recharge your missiles, like, do not drop missiles. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's this thing? The Ancient Guardian. The Century deploys spike barriers and corners target into its firing range. Its archaic design constrains it to operate at low power, preventing simultaneous use of its shield and mobility system. Its arsenal consists of energy weapons with unique patterns. The robot was calibrated to detect foreign creatures bearing stolen equipment. Oh, like us. Recent earthquakes seem to have damaged the traction unit and spike bearers. Despite these complications, it remains a considerable threat. This basically is an introduction by the game into various types of enemy patterns and attacks that you'll have to deal with. I don't remember what they are. But kind of learn what they are and figure out what you're doing from there. And the boss becomes relatively easy. Know that one. The boss is much more difficult because it moves much faster and attacks much more frequently on hard mode. But it seems that we have gotten up with our stolen from ruins technology intact. Excellent. Ooh. Yeah, and notice how all the enemies are dropping missiles. In the original game, that didn't happen. Also, lava here has drained, signifying that we can probably forward. And indeed we can. More fall bombs are needed to open up the way forward. And so we continue on. But first of all, there's a side room. The missile tank here. However, there's more than that. The spider ball does not activate fall-through blocks. This threw me off so bad when I played the 3DS remake because I had gotten used to playing this game while I was waiting for the official one, which I had pre-ordered. I started trying to use the spider ball on fall-through blocks in that game when it was just dropping through. I was so frustrated. I'm like, how do I make it through? They have a way in that game to solve for it. Interestingly, fall-through blocks didn't exist in the original Metroid II. They were introduced in the sequel to Metroid II, which we'll be playing, Super Metroid. And they are a lot more forgiving in that game to jump off of than in any other Metroid game. Ooh, spooky. Surprise attack! Uh-oh. Like 7 or 6, I can't quite tell. It's either 6 or 7 missiles. Either way, it's kind of annoying that they take so many. Ooh. What's this place? A hydro station. Well, in the original, it was just a temple with long passages, but I suppose that in order for this to make sense, he changed it to a hydro station. And actually, that's not too far away because it's certainly a very aquatic temple, even in the remake, the official one. The massive facility at the center of this reservoir filters and pumps water through pipelines. Pipes come out complex and disappear into the surrounding rocks, presumably to buildings further down the cave system with clean water. Though abandoned, most of it remains functional. Product activity is detected inside. Jump up here. New to this remake is this flower that wasn't here, that was here in the original, in that basic form, but was not included in the original release of this remake. But here we go. This is one of my favorite soundtracks from this game. This makes me just realize how much I love Metroid music. Oh, that's a broken save station. Yeah, we can roll on through. I'm rolling because I think rolling is faster. Oh, there we go. These little Autobots, I don't know what they're called exactly, are little automatic turrets. They'll pick up any living presence and shoot at it. How rude of them. Especially considering we're here to do the galaxy a favor. You'd think they would turn off their function. But this isn't Star Wars. These are autonomous robots. Roll on through this way, and we will have another Metroid encounter. Another one of the dodgy ones. This one's also much faster. What I like to do is keep it dodging so I can keep it in a place I can control, like that. Here, we can fall down this passageway. Interesting. Also, robot. These robots are infinitely more annoying than they are in the original. And also don't function the same way even in the Nintendo remake. In the Nintendo remake, those robots are now tiny and do something completely different. I don't know why they made that change. They didn't need that change. But first of all, we had our new beam upgrade, a stacking power-up called the Wave Beam. It can shoot through walls, but it will stop when it hits enemies. The original had this one too, but it replaced whatever beam you currently had, and its wave pattern was significantly harder to hit with. The upside was it did more damage than it does in this one. This room is also largely similar to the original. That room is what I'm trying to. I'm just trying to make comparisons, and I'm losing my brain here. We can come through here for a secret passage. It's one of these annoying robots. But for our trouble, we get an energy tank and a missile tank that we cannot seem to actually get. Well, it turns out there's a bombable block up there. It was the wave beam couldn't reveal it. Having the wave beam this early actually makes the exploration much easier because it will highlight blocks. To climb back out of here, you just make use of these platforms. In the original, there were no platforms. You had to climb out using the spider ball, basically. And in the previous remake, there's platforms to climb up, so it's not nearly as bad as it is in the original either. Careful where you morph, because I'm noticing that even though we have high jump boots, if I do this, if I like real quick morph, it actually cuts our upward jump space considerably. Oh, this one is silly. So we can't get to that for some reason. That's because it's actually over here we need to go. Roll on under. Hop on out here, maybe. And grab the missile that way. Nice little puzzle. In the original, it's just as simple as breaking open blocks and grabbing it. This area's map was actually extensively changed in the 3DS in the official one. That one, you think you have to go through the pipe maze to get it. Now you just blow up the block right beside it and grab it. It's kind of trolling and fun in that way. These bots are annoying. They are not nearly as bad as the original, and they're somehow even more annoying in the 3DS remake. The 3DS remake has this cool little thing that they did called Aeon Energy. It had a few various abilities, so the robots would drain your Aeon Energy with a pulse and turn it off. They were also very small, hard to hit, and just generally annoying. They didn't hop around like they do here, or in the original. Odd, perhaps, but I guess that's just what they decided they were going to do with it. Let's come on down here. I wonder, what's up on top of the temple? Well, let's find out. Do a little bit of morph ball shenanigans. It's a pipe maze. Come through here. That's odd. Uh-oh. Say hello to a familiar enemy to the players of Metroid Fusion. This, I missed it, is Arachnus, a territorial organism. Its armored hide is very resilient and requires at least a high voltage discharge to harm it. Attacking with anything less will only agitate the creature. When enraged, it will roll to a ball attempt to ram its aggressor. Bombs might be able to propel it in this state. Its saliva has flammable properties. Its claws can vibrate at high frequencies. Scans could detect it have acquired a chosen relic granted unnatural vigor. Oh. That explains why it's so hard to actually get rid of. The gimmick with this boss is you have to shoot it up into these pipes. Both the original and the remake have answers to this fight as well. That's rude if it's rolling around like that. The original doesn't have this little puzzle gimmick. Although Morph Ball bombs will still affect it, and in the original, only Morph Ball bombs would hurt it. But for our trouble, we got this Spring Ball. Makes little areas like this much easier to navigate. It's a welcome addition. And this was actually in the original too. It was the first time we saw the Spring Ball. What's over here, though? Nice little set of platforms over here that if you have the high jump, you can make them over comfortably to get to another Metroid. I'll have to count the shots next time. I swear it's 6, but sometimes I think it's 7. What are these creatures, though? I don't understand their use. Huh. That's invulnerable. You know, we saw a creature like that before, back in the other area, and these creatures seem to be coming from these shells after we kill the Metroids and going to this thing. Well, let's not waste any more time contemplating. Let's fall into the water. The original doesn't necessarily have these water physics. You can just walk through water freely and unhindered in the original, though this was a design choice that made a little more sense. Here we actually have to drain the water from the hydro station. Great, we're shutting it off. We'll have another Metroid fight coming up. I'm gonna drop on it. It's another dodgy guy. I guess he moves a little slower because you're in the water, so... But not in hard mode. In hard mode, that guy is just aggressive as all get out, no matter what you do. Spider balling up there. Roll on through the tunnel so we can grab that missile tank we saw earlier. Another thing about normal mode that hard mode doesn't do... Oh, this by the way is a really nice addition. In the Game Boy version, those don't work that way. You have to spider ball your way all the way up. It's rather obnoxious. For our troubles, we get nothing. Well, that can't be right. Well, it's not nothing. Over here. Ah, what's this? That was like a whole bunch of power-up blocks. One thing down at the bottom here can't blow up with morph ball bombs. That gives us the various. Ah, how nice. That power-up thing, by the way, is actually a callback to how the power-up turns on in the original. And actually, it's worth noting that because the original game is largely monochrome scale, the look of the various suit was defined by this game primarily, the shoulder pads and everything, to make it stand out and actually look different from other games from the original, where it was just a palette swap. The orange was kept in later games because it was not just the design, it was also a palette swap to indicate this is a different suit. And it's just stayed that way. The various suit is forever orange and green, with yellow and green. I personally like it. The remake, you don't have to go through the actual one, I should say. You don't have to go through any water to get to the various suit. But thank goodness. Let's climb back up out of here and continue exploring this area. We can come down here, but there's no reason to do that. There's nothing here. Which is odd. You'd think they would hide something there. Interesting. High jump boots make it possible to get up here without a problem. Music has changed, indicating a different area. Interesting. Looks like more breeding ground. These look a little more difficult to navigate. Thank goodness we have the high jump boots. 4, 5, 6, it's 7 shots. The original, it's 5. And in the 3DS remake, it's something like 10. They're beefy in the 3DS remake. Here, quickly entered this area. Bomb open this section and we get another energy tank. Tread back on through, and we'll be just fine. High jump is pretty much essential here to actually get around this. Must be an agile Metroid. Oh, yep, it's an agile Metroid, that's for sure. I really don't like the dodging mechanic. There's ways to play around it, but it makes the fights, which already take longer, take even longer. That's one criticism I can level against this game, and actually the 3DS remake as well, although it is tied into how the original game functioned. All of the boss fights are essentially stock Metroid fights. You're here to hunt Metroids. Metroids aren't exactly easy prey. But, like, it really takes time and it's the same fight every time. That one appears to be growing some appendages. Interesting. Oh, it has a ram attack. Just try to use there. Alright, well that's all the Metroids, right? Now we're just gonna head back and we'll start. Lava will start going down, and doesn't it usually happen around this time? Huh. Maybe you have to leave this area to figure out what's. Oh. We missed one, and it evolved. This new form of Metroid is a Gamma Metroid. This stage of Metroid can now transfer negative charges from its nervous system into the horns, releasing electrical arcs capable of disrupting weapon fire. The membrane containing its nucleus remains vulnerable, but the Gamma Metroid exoskeleton has expanded for additional protection. While those legs have reached their maximum length, they are unsuitable for locomotion. Instead, they can serve to capture prey and drain their energy. The remakes, the official remakes answer to this is, they can still float, indeed. They're not grounded. But they can become grounded, which serves a purpose. So they're a different fight altogether. In the original, they are still floating. Just like in this game. So, now with that final Metroid, we have actually gotten rid of all Metroids in this area. Well, we'll have to say goodbye to wonderful music, but such is the nature of this game. Come on, Samus, climb up. The controls in this game are wonderful, but sometimes it's still a little hard to control just because I'm out of practice with it. Let's make our way forward. The linearity of this game serves it well in terms of, because you're already having to fight Metroids. If there was any more backtracking, it would make this game significantly less fun. The linearity actually serves to keep the game tolerable, I feel. Anyways, let's roll our way out because rolling seems to be the fastest way of locomotion right now. So I spent a lot of the game rolling because it's faster, which ironically, it is also faster in the Game Boy version to roll around as a morph ball. However, the Game Boy version also, when you get the Vario Suit, gives you a speed increase. Here is a new area we can go across that is all delayed fall-through blocks. The high jump boots let us out. You could come here earlier, but without the high jump boots, it's much more difficult. So it's nicer to come back to high jump boots and go for it there instead. These little side areas didn't exist in the Game Boy version. There was no reason to stop by and explore the main tunnels actually leading to your next destination. Here is a nice little hidden power-up. Jump up here, we get a missile tank. I like that little thing because it's a nice little... You can see it on the map and you're like, well, where is it? You're trying to find it and you just pop up into it like, oh, actually, that's really cool. 10 Metroids detected in this area, so it's a big one. We're gonna be here a while. And with the advent of Gamma Metroids, this might just take forever. This is, in the 3DS remake, my least favorite area in the whole. It is so obnoxious in 3DS remake. In 3DS remake, we get one power-up, and all the Metroids are Gamma Metroid. The 3DS remake also went and made three types of these stupid things. I guess to try and make the game feel a little more involved, but it just contributes to how annoying Gamma Metroids are. So here we actually get a handful of amazing power-up. We're gonna come down here, blow up this door, and get a new power-up, which was actually here in the original, the space jump. And yes, it did function like this. Uh-oh. I love that it breaks off in time with the music. That was a nice touch. This is a Chorizo. We actually fight this in Super Metroid twice. Analysis of the Sentinel shows evidence of unknown organic tissue, most of it constituted in the torso region. Its reason's armor plating is light enough to give it great mobility, but also leaves it vulnerable to standard weapons. According to Chozo, history records the construction of such advanced types of sentries is performed exclusively by the most gifted. Created with biological matter and mechanical components, this makes it difficult to reliably calculate its combat abilities. So we're just gonna have to fight it. This is once again more pattern recognition and giving you a little bit of a chance to play with your new mobility. This is what it does the whole fight, and then it breaks down, but it's not down for the count. Oh no! Uh-oh! It just grew wings. We now have an aerial combat opponent. This is actually one of the few times that someone has actually done something, because Nintendo doesn't really do anything quite like this in any of their games, and I wish they would, because I mean, that's what the space jump is for. Aerial mobility. Why not use it to have mid-air fights? This is an awesome little set piece, by the way. It totally wasn't necessary, but it's awesome either way. Beat it up and blow it up. That's another century of theirs dealt with. Man, the Chozo sure know how to make awesome weapons. Yeah, the space jump, we can now explore this whole area if we want to. Oh, and we finally get a logbook entry. I was waiting for it to pop up before. This is the industrial complex. This factory assembles worker drones which are tasked with supplying SR-388's facilities with replacement parts that keep running autonomous. Ah! Though time was left to spark, the machines have kept it intact. Some combat drones were also constructed here. Robotic workers are malfunctioning and show signs of aggression. Oh. Here the robots are actually malfunctioning. Here's that thing again. I wonder if we'll actually be able to interact with you at some point. There's more than one, too. I wonder what these are here for. I cannot reach them comfortably. But there's not any real power-ups here. You may have noticed, though, that when we bombed the thing, there was... speed boost blocks. Yep. That's a thing in this game, and we're going to be getting it, I think, in this area, actually. Obviously, that wasn't in the original. Either was super missile doors, like that one. We have to shoot that with a missile. But we can blow out underneath the energy tank, go through a hidden pathway, and find a missile. Oh, nice. The sand blocks are an allusion to what was in the original as well. A lot of areas would have sand blocks that barred the way like this. I think this just leads to a Metroid, so I'm just gonna go about it this way. There are two ways you can get into this area. There's that area, there's that way I just showed off. And then there's speed booster blocks. Oh, yep, they're evolving, sure enough. We did not need to have Gamma Metroids that could dodge, by the way. I'm just gonna say that flat out. It turns into tanking hits. And on hard mode, it's way harder to tank hits. It's not the only way to fight it, but it's the most efficient way that I can fight them. Tank hits and shoot them where you can. Hard mode, you can't really do that as efficiently. So there's other ways you have to fight them, but if you can tank the hits, just do it. Crew attack in the original was much harder to work with as well. Let's go into the industrial complex. There's a missile hidden under here. There's also a missile hidden in the sand as well in the original. It's accurate to the original. First of all, let's head down this way. These guys blow up with missiles. The reason why is if you shoot them with just your beam, they break up like that into pieces and fall in. So it's just more efficient to take them out that way. However, for our efforts in coming here, we get a new beam upgrade, a spacer beam. This actually makes it to where you have to fire a little slower because it doesn't fire as fast. So, the upside, of course, is a far wider wave beam. Still goes through the wall, still illuminates blocks, but now it's actually way more efficient in taking out enemies. So yeah, have a power up there. Awesome. It also clears out the sand much easier. Oh, there's a missile up. Or some kind of upgrade here. If you want to try and fight them legitimately, it might be a good idea to just put mobility to your advantage around and that sort of thing. Actually, the space jump lets us get underneath these guys a little easier too. We do have a mobility option. You don't get the space jump here. Huh. Well, I can't seem to figure out how to get up here. Ah! It does not highlight speed booster blocks, which is what we need to do there. So I'm gonna probably get the speed booster in here. Hello, Mr. Jump Bot. Oh, more speed booster blocks. And it's getting harder and more annoying to get through this area. I wonder if this is where we pick up the speed booster. Almost like I know. Yep. The speed booster once again functions like it does in Metroid Zero Mission. You run for long enough, you pick up the speed, and you start running. You have to shoot those particular blocks I was shooting at with missiles to actually get rid of them. Here, I actually want to charge up Speed Booster. So I don't remember which one it is, but one of these is that one. Is a Speed Booster block. I'm going to charge up a Shine Spark and go right for it. Like so. We want to charge up Speed Booster again as well here. It doesn't take nearly as long to charge up Speed Booster as it does in like Zero Mission, thank goodness. Seems that we have these drones here. These drones are the most annoying, obnoxious thing in this game. They home in, they move diagonally, so they're hard to predict. And they're just overall obnoxious. Come over here, we have another... Oh! We haven't upgraded yet. Oh, interesting. Well, I guess I will take an easy fight. Fourth ball there and jump with good timing to avoid the spikes and we get another energy tank. We're actually moving really far along the energy tank route right now. The original game only has 6 energy tanks. The remake has a lot more. I forget exactly how many. Those things take a whopping 4 missiles to kill, and they're hard to hit as it is. They're actually nerfed from their original presence, too. I don't remember what they're supposed to be in the original, or how they're supposed to move in the original. I'll tell you, they're not that annoying, though. And in the remake, I don't think they're there at all. I think, or if they are, they move along a set path. Yeah, they are there, but they move along a set path. And they function more like laser balls, essentially. Which I find odd. Oh, that one didn't quite move the same way as I was expecting. All of these little things are speed booster blocks, by the way. We'll have to come back and do something with those on our way back, because obviously there's hitting there. Let's just charge up for a speed booster run here. Oh, didn't need to. Would have blown up the guy if he was still in our way. This room is functionally obnoxious. Those things actually, if they enter lava, do take damage from the lava. These guys with their lava drops, by the way, is accurate to the original. Tend to make a mess of getting in your way. I have a Metroid fight in here. And you're so easy. And you're so easy, I love it. You're not dodging. Thank you for not dodging. Makes it so easy. It's so fun to fight you guys. Don't dodge. The 3DS remake, they don't dodge in that way, but they do have 3 annoying types. In the 3DS remake, they have the normal ones that fight you straight up, ones that run away from you and play hide and seek with you, of all things, and then ones that you have to find in hiding. The first one and second one are not so bad. Later ones are very much annoying. The ones that play hide and seek, though, are super duper annoying. Ah, here's an interesting thing. You can actually control one of these robots. What is that? I'm picking up something, that's for sure. Well, one thing at a time here. Hold on to it. Drop it. And, well, I failed. You can do that at one go if you know what you're doing. If you're not, you don't need to do it at one go. You can pick up another robot. We can see for a second that those look like they're a special type of block, which indicates that this must be something special we're picking up. It is. These are also new to this game. These were not introduced until Super Metroid. What we're picking up is super missiles. And what we're going to be getting is super missiles. Super missiles are pretty much now a series staple, but they weren't in the original game. They were introduced in Super Metroid and put into Metroid Zero Mission after. They're really cool. They're functionally, basically, well, if you don't know, stronger missiles. In this game, it actually has a effective thing of telling you what it is. It's 5 times damage. It's 5 times the damage of a normal missile. That may not sound like much, but that actually is functionally a lot of damage. I'm assuming that's a broken down assembly line. Laser beam makes some short work of these guys if you can land at most of your shots. Let's have to do some E-booster shenanigans though. Over here, and then I think it's I forget exactly where it is. Oh, it's right there, so we can just do it from a jumping position. However, we need not go back right away. In fact, we shouldn't. Somewhere on the floor here. Where is it? Ah, it's super missile blocks. And on down here, play peekaboo with one of those turrets. And we grab our first super missile expansion. They give 2 missiles instead of 5. So they're still difficult to get your hands on. Obviously, one super missile will do away with these guys easy enough. Anyways, with that in mind and knowing where it is, let's just shine spark and get a new missile. Go away! Go away! You go away! That's right, go away! Here's a shortcut back to where we need to go. Nicely and conveniently placed. Once again, annoying robots. They can be blown back with missiles, but that's one perk to using them, actually. Have to, oh yeah, we actually have to gain up speed here, so we need to actually do this. Fortunately, we're gonna need to probably shoot out a couple of blocks. Yeah. Save your speed booster all the way up until here, and then waste it because I don't remember how that room. Gain up speed, do it again. So to get this, we actually have to do it like this. Stand up on top of that, fire straight up, and look, we got another missile pack. That does it for this area, actually. That's all the Metroids and all the power-ups. However, we still have 6 Metroids to go. We need to find that breeding ground. I'm guessing this is all workplaces and structural housing and stuff for the Chosen while they were doing their work with the Metroids. They had to abandon the planet because, well, Metroids are Metroids. There is a way to get out of here faster. I'm not very good at it. Never have been very good at it. Easiest way to get rid of these is to wait for them to come up. And lay morph ball bombs. Then from here, I think we need to do it this way. Where exactly is it? Yes. On up. Get interrupted hopping on down. Those things. Charge up. And hop here, and I think it's that way. Yeah! Yep, you can giant spark back on through. Quite easy. This looks like another passageway, and indeed it is. These little things look like more like propeller helicopters in the original version of this. Oops. If I can aim upward, that would be helpful. I don't know if we can do this one right now. Certainly gonna try. If I can figure out how to even get started here. I guess it's a speed booster type thing. Oh, we can't actually. However, get this. There's nothing stopping us from blowing up those blocks. This. We'll come back to that much later. Fear not, we'll get to it. Thank goodness we still have super missiles left over. Stuff will be dropping super missiles fairly soon. But first, we have another Gamma Metroid to deal with. Right up in our grill, too. By the way, if those things manage to ram you, they'll pick you up and shock you. That are kind of annoying. Also, Gamma Metroids drop 1 super missile. On normal mode, which is stress. This looks like an advanced breeding ground. Definitely not a friendly place to be. Coming up here is a way back out. Don't want to go there yet. This way. Let's showcase how quickly. By the way, they will also dodge if you fire normal beam at them. This is the way you can get around their dodging mechanisms normally and fire super missiles, making them infinitely easier to deal with. Go up here first. This is simply the most effective route to deal with this. Here we have another Alpha Metroid, which takes 2 super missiles, same as a Gamma Metroid. We're going down much faster now that we have super missiles. Which is similar to how it feels in the remake. He decided he was going to charge, so I Didn't know that that was what he was doing, and I misplaced my shot. Oh, we're only down to 2 left. These ones got to be buried deep then. They kind of are. They're kind of rough to get to. Fear not, we'll get to them. This is not the first example of a breeding ground having extra things to get, by the way. There's a couple of goodies here that are kind of obnoxious to get. But they're worth getting. The reason this place sucks is because there's no lighting here. It gets darker and darker the further down you go. There's bioluminescence, and your suit generates light. But, like, outside of that, there's nothing. So it gets harder and harder to see, even if you have brightness. Here, just forget about it. There's no way. Now, you can charge up a Shine Spark here, and with good placement. Huh. I don't remember that. Alright, they changed it. Hold on. This is what you gotta do, is bomb every block. Oh, they changed it. Oh. Oh, no, they didn't entirely. So here's where I was mistaken. Now you have to charge up Speed Booster. And I accidentally diagonal Shine Sparked. Charge up your Speed Booster, drop down, and with good timing you can just do it from here. You just need to blow up in one block and you can get that. It's another Super Missile expansion. So now we have 6 of these things. They're awesome. Nothing here for us, though. That Metroid. Really in the back of this area. The next Metroid is really in the back of this area. And pretty obnoxious to get to. Shoot out the little spike things. Here we'll want to spider ball our way across because all that stuff is all through blocks. There's this thing again. What is this thing anyways? Guess we'll have to find out later. This guy is an obnoxious area to get to. And dodges. Back him up a little bit so that he has to come up. Shoot beams at him to make him dodge, and then deal with him that way. Otherwise, he's horribly obnoxious. What you saw there was a case of space beam missing. I'm not necessarily a huge fan of how the space beam is done because it's 3 separate beams orbiting around each other. They can miss the target. Kind of a bad thing when you want to actually hit. But you have so much wider area, I guess it's worth the trade-off. Well, that's this area done and over with. We've got nothing else we can do here. We're sitting pretty with a lot of energy tanks and 165 missiles. I would say in terms of actual completion right now, we're getting a lot done. The next area is kind of weird. And by kind of weird, I mean it's good. We can get out this way. Actually, there is something else. Down here. It looks like you should be able to get to that passage, but you're not able to. I guess it's almost a reference to how you can get back up here through a Metroid thing in the original, but I'm not sure. There's a weird thing in the original where get up through, back up to the main area one way, but not another way. Okay. Let's head up. Huh, I thought the lava was supposed to drain. Well, actually, it did. We have to go back this way first. This is the only weird bit of backtracking. And once you know about it, it's not so odd. Yeah, you do have to do it this way. The lava drained from here. Come down here. We're quite deep in the planet now. There's lava here. Directing our way, we have to go a little route. We have to follow along this way, deal with these weird, more advanced alien things. Huh, this doesn't look Chozo. Well, here's the research team. We're too late. Scientists constructed a small mobile research site within the cave system. Access tunnel leading to their research vessels collapsed and all of our equipment is non-operational. Vital signs of all exosuits are flatlined. Well, that secondary objective 1 failed. I hope the rescue team is still alright. This is not like this in the original. This is a brand new addition to help flesh out the lore, because we never do see the research team. What could have done this? Well, these guys. They were not equipped to deal with Metroids. Well, that's the 2 Metroids in this area dealt with. Can't go up that way. We need power bombs. Alright, this game is going all out then. Interestingly, it doesn't look like the lava is draining here. This indicates that we have to go even further back. Indeed, we have to go back to the first time we thought lava should have drained. We're gonna have to make our way back. Once again, do a weird little bit of backtracking. You notice that the main soundtrack sounds different now. A little more somber, perhaps. Our mission is now a little bit more determined. We need super missiles to get through here, so if you missed them at any point, Cordite crystals are one of the most durable, naturally forming crystals in the galaxy. Though they are not as hard as diamonds, this makes them a more malleable resource. Chozo found various practical uses for cordite in constructing machinery or producing work of art. This mining facility supplies cordite and various other minerals to the nearby industrial complex. Oh, cool! Now we know what that is behind that. Oh, weird. These things like to run back and forth and be a general nuisance. In the 3DS remake, they're actually a lot cooler in my opinion, because they're a little more aggressive and a little more, like, you know what they're there for. They're out of the way. They're armored in the front, which will only hurt in the back. That sort of. This looks like an operable drill. Let's use it. Oh. Well, it had to stop at some point, right? I might as well stop when it can't actually dig through the cordite crystal. But to find a way down into the tunnel beneath the cordite crystal and shoot the cordite crystal out. Not terribly necessary, but it adds a little bit of a sensation of this, where we're going through the game and how hard this stuff is. This excavation thing brings me to another thing that the 3DS remake adds that this game doesn't. If you would have added it. It has an interesting enemy, the Digger, Juggernaut, I think that's what it's officially called. It is a juggernaut that is essentially a drilling machine. And it hounds Samus through pretty much the entire game. Oh, a new logbook entry. We can actually stand on this guy and get his logbook. Campsite's done for. Plane as well. We ran for the elevator when a jellyfish mentioned drop on him. That idiot shoved a demolition bomb and its next thing. I'm knocked off. Vader's covered in rubble and the Metroid casually floats off. Oh yes. Damn it, Blaine, our tech doesn't work like Aaron's. I didn't let it leave my sight. Trailed it down until it laid down and changed color. Payback. Oh. Oh. Oh, you thought. Poor soul. Well, it's interesting they should say that because really ice beam technology is what they need. Jellyfish larval state Metroids. Too bad for them though. Those things hinder your jump. You can't jump in them, and you don't fall while you're in them either. A little bit of an annoying place to find a Metroid. Okay, you know what? Back to regular missiles. Yeah, you can get them to dodge into alts. You're good at aiming, and you can predict where they're dodging. They only dodge like down and back, really. They don't really dodge up or anything, so you can kind of time your missiles in that way. Also, I just got a nice little speed booster kick. I remember the speed booster in this game taking a little while longer to activate, but this actually brings me to this section, which I hate so much. If it turns on soon enough, I should just be able to do this. Yep. And now, we're just going to shine spark our way across. Now we have to fight a Metroid in these conditions, unless of course, Gamma. Thankfully, I actually hit my super missiles. Yeah, that takes care of those Metroids. This is actually the first area I can think of that we don't have any out of it. Yeah. If you fall into the lava at any point, you have to make your way out at either end. Rather frustrated and annoying. Oh, I am sorry, Blaine. You should have known better. But it does prove that even if though they're vulnerable to missiles, they're still dangerous. It also makes a nice little reference to the fact that they know Samus Air. They know how powerful her equipment is. Is there still nothing we can do with this thing? I guess not. I still don't know what exactly those are for. Or if we'll ever find out, really. One cool thing about this game that Zero Mission does not have going for it is that you can wall jump even though you have space jump. It makes getting up certain places so much more bearable. I don't like the fact that you cannot wall jump once you have the space jump in Zero Mission. Fusion does it the same way. We'll get to Fusion when we get to Fusion. That's one of my favorite games in the series. And then again, I love all the Metroid games, even the older ones. Metroid 1 is a great time. And I might play it after we've played all these games to show it off. And Metroid 2, the original, is also a great time. But yeah, see, all the lava has drained? Now we can move on through the cordite balls here. I find a new enemy. This weird thing that has weird, like, wrecking balls on its body for some reason. With buzzsaw blades of some kind. Like, what? What kind of endemic life has this? Might as well take our moment to save here. The game is going pretty quick, but we're still a ways from being done. We have done 5 areas out of 8. We only have a grand total of 20 Metroids left. We're getting places. This next area will have quite a handful of Metros to do. And it's also one of my favorite areas in the game. So first of all, we need speed booster blocks for that. How odd. But let's keep that in mind. And realize that we have to go back to get the speed for it. What you want to do is you want to just do this. Alt it, get around these guys, and Shine Spark in, grab a missile in the lava. Rather annoying, I almost got clipped out of it. These guys look familiar. Unlike their fusion counterparts, they're only really vulnerable in the middle. They're also in the original, and they're harmless in the original. They're also in the remake, and they're a little more difficult to deal with. Or would be if it weren't for Ace. This is an area that we can totally skip a good handful of to start with. Why is this all walled off like? Uh-oh. It's evolving again. Ew. This is a Zeta Metroid. After a substantial transformation of its body, the Metroid's power and defenses greatly increase. Though they can no longer fly due to its immense weight, its legs are strong enough to carry and perform great bursts of speed. The arms can deliver powerful strikes, its mouth glands can spray a highly corrosive substance. This is different from the original, but actually it matches up a little more closely, uncannily closely to the 3DS remake. Its two prior forms are akin to a pupal phase. Discarding its Gamma Metroid's exoskeleton marked the beginning of its adulthood. Oh yeah, so this is why we need to get rid of Metroids. Also, hitting them sucks. You can hit them from a standing position. One of the things they learn to do around this time is that they start blocking super missiles. And they start blocking missiles too. What you need to do is you need to fire enough missiles to get around the defensive. Either through careful timing or what have you. These things are much more difficult than previous, and they're also much more difficult than their Game Boy iterations. The Game Boy iteration still has them floating around, and they're still targetable. They take a lot more missiles to hit, but you don't have to play all the little games here. What is this, anyways? This doesn't look like Chozo technology. The facility operates on an emergency power supply. Normal readings indicate there's at least one functional device located deep in the building. Huh. What is this place? All we know for sure is that it's a tower of some kind. I'm guessing it was a geothermal thing. Not because we can't find out right now. Oh, there's a way in. Oh, there's a power up, but we can't get to it. All the power is off of this. All the doors are inactive. We need to follow the morph ball tunnels down. And continue to make our way through more morph ball tunnels to get further into this place. Wow. Ominous. And I love this place. Because this is so fittingly Metroid levels ominous. Ah, here's something. Turn it on. There's the music. This is the immense tower. It houses a weapons R&D facility. Robots patrolling within are combat drones, equipped with weapon prototypes and advanced shield plating. They possess a superior AI and are programmed to fire at any living target, keep are sterilized. of any organic matter very efficiently. Can I just say, I love this soundtrack? A fan-made game, this is so good. And now those things are on, and it looks like they're electric conduits. I thought I had timed that right. Different timings for the electrical things. Oh. We seem to have another boss fight here. Mechanism is the tester. The unit performs 360-degree live fire tests of prototype weapons. Oh boy. Scans indicate the exterior armor is resistant to beam weaponry, while the interior is further protected by an energy field that also repels solid projectiles. Great. Auto repair system cannons can mend all damage within seconds. Oh joy. Schematics reveal these systems were applied due to earlier models' cannons being exposed to exceedingly violent tests. Looking into your power suit, the unit's modular design also allows for the addition and removal of equipment. Oh boy. So, outside of this is only damageable by missiles. This is also an incredible vertical fight. I seriously don't understand why more of this type of thing isn't done, especially with respin active. Yeah, you can blow up all the cannons. Otherwise, it's really a Toho level boss fight. The only things you can't really blow up, I think, are the only things that you can't repair are the outside shielding layers. Now that it's fully exposed, weapon and regular beam fire will eventually expose it to being targetable by other weapons. At which point we can reduce it to waste with super missiles. A little difficult, and especially if you're not very good at the handling in this game, very difficult. But similarly awesome. Now, I sure hope that that power-up that we're going up for at this point is worth it. This is... Ugh. You're not. It is. Ow! Ah. The plasma beam. This actually differs pretty greatly from the remake in this way. So, the remake... Or not from the remake. This whole area differs from the remake at this point. The remake kind of goes on, veers off course onto its own thing, which is awesome, but makes it feel like a whole different game as compared to the original Metroid II. This game feels like an honest making. LP has not had a chance to actually become a Zeta, thank goodness. And that's true for most of this. We're getting to a point where the deeper we go, the more time the Metroids have had to actually evolve the controls. And they become harder and harder and harder to deal with as you go. But not all of them have had a chance to fully evolve or augment this here. In here, you can enter here where the building starts, it's still dark, and do all this too. I'm gonna Shine Spark up here because I can pass these roads. We have another Zeta fight. Yep. Once again, after after 4, you have to wait for it to do something to hit it with another super missile. You can get 4 in for free, and then you have to time it so that it can't put its shield up in order to hit it with the rest of the super missiles to actually take it out. I think is quite the interesting thing to program in this game. Nice little counter setups. Here is another data entry. No sentient species. This is from Galactic Federation Republic J. Nolan. No sentient species in the Federation regard the extinct harmonious chosen with utmost respect, and as an example of what any civilization grounded in violence would strive to become. But this tower I've scanned, a dedicated weapons factory, certainly puts that view into question. Yet I remain positive. Surely the chosen resort to this one they discovered on the Metroids on SR-388. Any pacifist would after facing monsters. Time was certainly worth the view. It's a shame that my colleagues aren't alive to see this. Oh man. And then he picked up another thing. Oh, and this is the other. And he must have died up here from something else. Perhaps the Metroid got to him. This is sort of a callback to how some of the fights are in the original. Oh. Help if I actually had missiles I wanted to use on hand and equipped. I think it was actually in Area 6 that you had to fight some of these guys in the sand, and the sand kept regenerating because as you went off screen, sprites would just, the block sprites would just come back. Well, that's awfully annoying. Oh, what's this? An R&D facility, they sure made this like a shrine of some kind. Possibly it goes through the armoring, so you can use it on these guys even when they're facing you from the front and get rid of them that way. Here we go into a very interesting room in concept. This is so much better than the original. The original had a room like this too, for a missile tank. It was pure darkness. You had to kind of fumble your way around totally. Come up here with a jump, grasp onto that ledge, and we can get another energy tank. More importantly, back here, this is the wrong way to do it. Come up here and bomb our way down here. Hold right, or jump up before the fall through block can regenerate. And get another missile pack. The Area 6 in the remake is completely different. Like, it's nothing like this. And in the original, it's also still nothing like this. Or like a temple that has access, that you can access all your beams from. Because you can only equip one beam at a time in the original. There's something here. I wonder how you get to it. Ah, well, let's look around. Ah, here it is. Come up here. This is a callback to the original game. There are multiple things that you actually have to spider bomb and blow out blocks to get to. That being one example of it. More spiky things to get around. They're much harder in the original to get through. Once again, easy Gamma Metroid. It doesn't seem like there's very many Zetas, and that's a good thing, because Zetas are hard to fight. We're only down to one Metroid. Let's hope it's not another Zeta. Spoilers, it is. It totally is. In the 3DS remake, Zeta Metroids were actually introduced much earlier. In Chapter 4, and subsequently in Chapter 5, Area 5, before you ever got to Area 6. Looks like another Zeta. Yep. This is actually a good place to fight one. Hop on the spikes to get past that one, because you don't want to have it hit you and then get knocked back. Now we're out of supers, unfortunately, otherwise this fight would be so much easier. Interesting, it doesn't seem to be having much luck to actually blocking our missiles, except for that one. It is possible to jump over them if the ceiling is low enough. There's it! That's all the Metroids in this area. Head out. We got everything, right? I'll probably get power bombs later. I hope, right? We do need them for stuff, and... Hey, lava drain from here, actually. Interesting. Why did they drain from here? Ooh. This is a cool area. Remember how it said that there was a functioning power supply? We're about to find that power supply. This area is brutally long. Kind of weird design philosophy for Metroid to have things be hard to work through. There's nothing like this in Metroid Samus Returns, which is fine. I just think awesome fan idea for a set piece. We go through the bottom of an R&D facility. What are we expected to find at the bottom of an R&D facility? Some weapon, right? I know I'm probably spoiling a little bit, but I just love this thing. I love this thing. The whole concept behind this is so cool. Plasma beams make short work of them on the other side of the wall. An elevator. This is actually the only elevator we've seen. We passed a room. There's a save station. I have a bad feeling about what's about to be discovered here. We should probably use it. That's odd. An empty room. Falling down. There's all of these turbines in place, obstructing our forward progress. We can't clean them through. There it is. This is the geothermal power plant. On top of the R&D, on the bottom of the R&D facility. It powers all facilities in the cave complex. Hydro station is injected into the system using pipes. Sophisticated turbines use the heat of the local environment, being extremely efficient. No loss of water. Massive amounts of energy produced is stored in an isolated array of power cells. One of these has lost some structural integrity. At any significant change in temperature, load it. Well, this place is dangerous. This is very dangerous. Yep, know what we must do. We're gonna have to blow this power array up. And the geothermal power plant. We need to shut down all the stuff functioning on this planet. So, to make it safe again. Certainly the Chozo are going to come back and do it. The music immediately stops. Uh-oh. Well, now we have to fight to get our way out. We knew this was going to happen, of course. Take too long, and that will... and then... oh, actually, I think... there's no reason for that. It's just slow us down or make us think that it's important. That's funny. Uh-oh. That's a big old bot. That is the tank prototype. Sensors on his head provide it with accurate aim. However, the outlet protecting his head is weak at the time. along with the arm and track sections. India's parts will grant you tactical advantage. Hardware scans reveal this tank was to be mass-produced. Originally remote-controlled, the basic AI is now active lacking commands. But we can blow up all of its systems on it. We'll open its chest area, shoot it with enough super missiles, and it blows up. Easy enough to take out, but we better get a move on. We don't have much time. The heat on the power cells is going up at an increasing rate. Oh, I need it to actually shoot. Get back to the elevator and climb the elevator. Take the elevator back on. Might have been faster to not use the elevator at all, but I don't know if they let me. Let's go, 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 let's go. Out of the way. Oh. Ah. Oh, I missed my chest to try and spark it. Come in here, shoot our way up through it. Oh god, it's picking up steam again. Go, 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 go. Running out of time! Go! Ah! Oh, out of my way. Oh, I went the right way? Oh, I don't even remember anymore. Oh no. Oh! Oh, not this room. Put a power bomb here. That should open up most of the blocks. Actually, open up all of them. Awesome. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Oh. Open up the doors. Open up the doors. I said open up the doors. No. Let me through. Oh no. Open, open, open. Oh no. We didn't make it in time. Okay. That hurt. Well, the good thing is the explosion won't blow up anything back in there. Maybe there's still a functional save room back here. Pipe energy hurts. Please be something. Actually, there is something back here. An energy tank survived. Oh, interesting. We have a speed booster block here. Ah! Super missile block, that one. To get another missile tank. Nice, well-hidden little thing. Oh, man. So yeah, that's on a pretty much a fixed thing. I think if you do waste too much time, you do run out of time. But the rest of it is pretty much scripted to have that happen. First time that happened, my heart sank. I was like, oh, I'm dead, aren't I? And then I was left with no health, and my first thought was, quickly, go get health. Quickly, before anything else, go get health. Later I learned there's just an energy tank down there, so you can get it that way. But we're out of power bombs, which is a problem, because I kind of need power bombs to get a couple more things in here. Thankfully, we can get power bombs again just by coming back here and saving. We're not here to 100%, but we can actually, I think, fully 100% this area now. We might as well not leave until we've done so. And here's another power bomb tank. Huh. These things get blown up with power bombs? No, they can't. However, this door got opened by a power bomb. And let us back into the R&D station, which is where we want to be because there's a couple power-ups in here. they couldn't access the lay power bomb there and open up all the stuff down. Get the hits as they go. There's no reason to preserve HP because you don't have to do a boss fight. Also, power bombs are amazing because they blow up everything. Down here is a super missile. Worth coming back here. I think that's the only reason to come back into the R&D facility. Yeah, that looks like a pretty clean sweep in this area, actually. There might be something to that little area there. Unlike the previous game, I might not 100% game. Well, no, you know what? Actually, I put the 100% tag in. Of course I will 100%. So far, we have gotten through 6 areas. We only have 1 area left before, well, the last area. What is it going to be like, and how will we go about handling it? Well, there's lava down there, so that means we're on our way to Area 7. This is completely... I just realized that I perfect morphed. Oh my god, I just perfect morphed. I mockballed, everybody. Game has the mockball. It's an underwater area. We only have the various suit. This game has water physics. Distribution center. Huh. This cave has a massive building outfitted with electrical conduits and water pipes. One of the pipes has collapsed and water steadily floods the lower section of the facility. Data is insufficient to determine the structure's functionality. It's a distribution center of some kind. But what is distributing? Let's see, there's the broken water pipe. I love this area, by the way. This is the coolest new area type ever. I thought the hydro station was cool. Oh no, this area, the music, one thing, so yeah. What these weird buzzsaw type machinations, working to shoot pests out of the pipe, out of the like vent ways. We have these things, which are horrendously annoying, I might add. They blow up into spheres. The spheres, by the way, are impassable objects. They will knock you back, every single one, even if they are not damaging you actively. They also don't hurt other bots. They can trigger each other, though, which, that's what... This area, you might as well just power bomb. That looks like sewer attack blocks. Right, we haven't picked that up yet. I have made a mistake. Reset the room. Do not open fire. Now open fire. Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. Sit here. Oh dear. See? Oh, and they all individually hurt regardless of invuln frames. That's always fun too. That didn't go so well. Ah, here's another morph ball slot. Now the music picks up. Our logbook has been updated. It is a power distribution center. The wiring linked to the facility. All excess energy is stored in portable spherical cells which are distributed throughout the intricate passages of the cave system via vacuum pumps and carrier drones. These cells are filled to max capacity. Any exposure to beam weapons will destabilize their charge. Look how many are going out. Oh my lord, there were so many. Oh, I made a mistake again. What I actually want to do here is I want to start and gather up speed boost charge. Fail. We're gonna wait this out. I refuse. Can't make me. Okay. Oh, and I ran into a still hovering energy sphere charge. There's an interesting thing to be noted about this area that we can't do much yet. Through attack block. We'll be coming back here later. You cannot shoot those energy streams. You can morph ball bomb. That's fine. And actually, there's a reason to blow them up. They act as EMPs. They shut down all technical matter. Sorry about that. I had to go quiet because I'm talking to somebody. That was another data Metroid. How rude of it to be here. But in case you've forgotten, we're hunting Metroids. I know I certainly did for a second. Yeah, we're still hunting Metroids. I forgot we were hunting Metroids for a second there, though. I was like, what is that? Oh, right, Metroid. Hunting Metroids. This area has a weird distribution for Metroid. You might as well blow... Well, let's not do it that way. Let's knock it into them. Then blow it up. Great way to get through that room without actually having to worry about any of those things. Oh, look, it's a missile door. Surely it'll lead us to a power-up, right? Well, not quite. Got a little bit of work to get to it, it appears. That's weird. I mean, it is leading us to a power-up, but unlike all the other previous areas, this game is this area is kind of bad about how it basically thinks you have to do all this extra work to get this last power-up. Once again, you have to morph ball bomb these to ping-pong them toward your goal. In this case, the goal is right back here. But there's no door down here. Instead, the door is this way. Oh, a lot of fall-through blocks. Uh-oh. Run! Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out! Oh, 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 up. Wait, up, 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 up. Oh, God, ouch! Might as well just wait it out. Oh. That hurt. Are we gonna finally get an upgrade? Yeah. The long-awaited screw attack. Nothing else in this room. We might as well bust it out. And yes, it blows up those machinations without cutting them off. So now we have a new way of actually blowing them up if they're in our way. Ha ha ha. Die, beasts. You don't belong in this world. Wait, that's monster. That applies to Castlevania. Now we have another set of major power-ups on our side. Let's save, and let's make use of it. Before I lose my way. There's a place we have to get to, and I forget exactly how to get to it. I think it's this way? Or think? I'll know in a minute. I don't think it's the right way to do it. Actually, this might be. Hold on. Wait, I think this is, actually. Yeah. Damn it. No, it's not. don't need to enter water at any point. Nope, we're not going that way. That's right. Okay. I take that back. You do have to enter water at a specific point, just not here. No, go away. What are you things? They remind me of like the weird little globules from Metroid Fusion. Cactus? Yeah, okay, I remember where to go. Okay. Let's just wait it out again, because thankfully we can just wait it out behind the wall. I want to go this way because there's this whole area here. Yes. Interesting. We'll remember all the weird little skulls we had seen. Hold up. Oh, that one's blown up. But yeah, this is a fast travel hub. You can go back to any previous area. What's this then? This doesn't look like the rest. And this looks like more of the same, actually. Ooh, weird static effect. So you notice that when we enter this area, our gun off. We actually have to exit the area to fire anything. Weapons. Except for these weird little areas here. We have power bomb here, and we can get a missile tank. We can't actually turn on our... We can't actually lay morph ball bombs when we're in the static field, so don't try. There is a way to get in here, though. Shoot that block out, the explosion will shoot out the rest. Here, we have to go up here. Come on. Come on. Thank you. Try shooting it out. What do you mean? Well, I thought it was something you could shoot out, but we have to do it that way to get through here, and... That looks like a suit? Oh, that looks like a gravity suit. Wait a minute. This is so cool. Oh, yeah. Turns on, and there is our gravity suit. Liquid friction eliminated, improved defense, and the static thing no longer affects us. Our suit is capable of maintaining its energy reserves. And keeping static region. And basically is statically impervious. In other words, it can't be overloaded by energy. Ha! Perfect. Testing grounds for the gravities. Look at that. Water. Oh, this goes down now. Neither does lava. Coincidentally. Interestingly, I don't remember this thing. For some reason, we can't really blow it up. Well, the little things like rocks, so we can't blow it. Oh, fuck. Interesting. How does we'll get the whole map out here? There's actually one upgrade we want to get, but I want to get before we back to that. That's probably fast travel to everywhere we've been. This is the game's way of handling backtracking. How it doesn't affect us. Still need to get it. We still need to get this orb going. There we go. A little bit of creative bomb placement. There's that door, and here we are again. Now, remember when I said I got confused because there was that one thing that led us to it? Yes, well, there's a reason why I got a little confused. This, I think, is the way I want to go. There's something specific I aim to get, and I don't remember if it's this one or if it's one down. Or if it's in here, even. Oh, wait, here is a Metroid fight. Look at all of them! Goodness! There's enough in one room? Good grief. Think you got enough of you guys there? Goodness gracious, dude. That was a lot of Metroids. But that narrows us down to only needing 2 more for this area. Go back in here. Those weird energy sucking nodules. Power bombs freeze them in place, and actually, power bombs revealed to me another location. Probably for another power bomb thing reaction. Or more power bombs. So glad I power bombed there because I honestly didn't remember that room existed. Would have figured it out. But I'm not ashamed to admit that I don't know this area as well because it is a fan game. I use maps after a certain point. The map system does it a huge amount of justice, though. Oh, interesting. The speed booster actually works on these things, but not through attack. I guess we know which one's stronger now, don't we? We are up to 10 super missiles. Actually, count. Let's head this way. Oh, there's the last 2 Metroids. These guys are tough. They just took 3 super missiles, man. And they're tougher than normal Metroids. Means they're probably on the cusp of evolve. Oh, glad I got to them before they evolved, that's for sure. Hello. Ah, here's where the last upgrade must be. What is it, though? We've already got so much. Remember how we didn't get a certain beam? Yeah, we're gonna get that beam. Gotta need it if we're gonna be countering any more Metroids. Instantly just freezes enemies and is extra damage, and look at that. It actually functions like ice. This thing is so awesome. Uh-oh. Another boss fight? Uh-oh. Well, you look familiar. Oh dear. This is Ceres. Must be a Ceres creature. An amphibian predator capable of reaching ultra-high speeds, making the fastest animal on SR-388. Layer of skin on its underside serves as a respiratory organ and sensitive to sudden drops in temperature. Its many eyes and segmented body allow for great efficiency in vision and body movement. Ceres moves to a new location and takes passages to channel the water from his previous home. To prevent dehydration, this behavior likely flooded the distribution center. Oh, so it actually showed up here and was like, nah, I want to go home. This fight functions as a weird sort of a show off of the ice speed. There it goes, hyper speed can't be hit. Fire stuff at us. Very interesting boss fight, that's for darn sure. All of its segments are now vulnerable, so we can shoot it as much as we want. And then we just gotta play Breaking My Rose and things so we can find it. Not quite the same kind of a fight as in Metroid Fusion. But it's amazing that it was brought in the first place. We'd be almost dead at this point. Probably getting desperate. It's getting faster for sure. There's a couple safe points to hide, like here. Gotta wait for it to be done throwing a temper tantrum here. We just killed it. All of its pieces went into the wall. But yeah, now we have the ice beam. remember that you cannot go on fall-through blocks without using the spider ball. Spider ball is still getting used even this late into the game. Quite extensively, actually. Another missile pack brings us up to 200 missiles. Up short of the spikes, fall through. There we go. This way is a speed booster room. As if the long hallway couldn't have given that away. Here, I think it's another speed booster challenge. Don't think you can get through that without. Wait, actually, yes, you can, because you... Never mind. What you have to do is you have to do this. Charge up Shine Spark, fire your way on through, speed booster through there. Gather up more speed. Right here? No. I forget the exact tell for this, but there is a speed booster block we can go for. I think it's here. No, not. Yeah, now we can blow it up just as nice and easy. Let's figure out where it is. It's, oh, right light. So it's right on this, that little segment right there. Not quite on it, but close. This one's annoyingly hard to place. Oh, almost. Like I said, it's difficult to place. It's actually annoyingly difficult. Right here. Ah, I did it again. So it's basically on that little segment. The reason I want to do it is because it was hiding some way. I did it in... Where? Where can I get in here? Right here. 1 foot on, 1 foot off. This is easily, as opposed to Zero Mission, which had a horrible puzzle. This one's bad too. This one's just as bad. It's just not as annoying to restart. Come on! What is this nonsense? I really am trying, guys. I'm sitting exactly where I think it should be. Finally. All that for a super missile pack, so it was worth it. But goodness gracious, was it hard to get. Unlike the other one, which was evil. And this reminds me of that one from Metroid 0. Like power bombs already answer to get another power bomb expansion. No, I misjudged it. Well, we're getting quite full on E-Tanks now. We only have one more. Yeah. You can't stand on frozen enemies in the game unless they're grounded. If they're aerial born, that's the one change that this game made that I don't feel that it meshes as well with Metroid. It makes sense from a physics standpoint, though. I tried to do a Shine Spark there and it didn't want to go. Oh yeah, we need to blow that up. That's right. Now we can speed boost our way through. Actually, oh, this isn't the room we want to do it in. Get into that room, though. I think it's this room, yeah. All speed booster blocks that whole way through. Or a missile expansion in the middle. Or just a way through. A fun little set piece with more than enough room to easily Shine Spark. Or not even have to Shine Spark, really. We can come out here, and we're back out to this area. These annoying stupid piranha fish. There is a block I want to stand on here. Oh, wow, the ground's actually not low enough. So gather up your speed boosters, try to start stand here, and go straight up. Alright, never mind. I don't remember which block it is. Was it this one? Might be this one. This looks right, yeah. You stand on that block. My apology. I got it wrong. I don't remember this game that much. Like I said, I played this a lot, but ever since Samus Returns came out, I played that more than this one. Not that this game isn't good. I just played the official remake more because remaking. Honestly, I find it better. Oh, this game is still outstanding. Forgot to open the door. This door is closed. That's a shortcut back to the fast travel room. Now, there's one power-up we have yet to obtain. Actually, I wonder, is all anything special? Ah, bright light. One thing I could do with the power bombs. Oh, these buzzsaws are so much easier to deal with now, though. Look at that. Frozen solid. I don't think there's any way in here. Nope. So we're just gonna move forward. Yeah, we're gonna move forward here. And freeze everything in this room now. Don't need to deal with anything else. We can also just screw attack our way up. Yeah. The ice beam is so good. And actually, the reason why it was saved is because he basically made the ice beam the ultimate beam in the game, which is weird because normally it's pretty suboptimal. Kind of on its own thing. Useful for what it's useful for, but on that, no, not really. To see it have its own use is just so. I'm gonna have to look on the map for this area. Right. I don't think I did, but I could be wrong. That door still has a slot in it, which tells us that the power slots don't go away. Horribly annoying. Be right, we want to go this way. Data map. Go back through here, up. Oh, no, ow. Damage. Ouch. That hurt. Damage. It doesn't matter. Oh, we've pretty much clean. Here we go. Look at this. Ah. There's the reason why we. Another. Mini golf puzzle. Oh, we weren't supposed to go up. Bounces. Oh. Sort of. Finally. This one is really dumb to end. There we go. That opens up that door, now we can go outside. Well, let's not stand around too long, let's go to this area first. It's all color-coded. This is the Gozo Temple. There's the pathway in. How do we know? Access mode. Like we have a door we can. Or do we do that? We need to. Oh. Careful! It can leave the area. Is to go down as straight as possible. Not enter any side rooms if we... Almost there. Here I do want to put a little. There we go. Now I can enter any of those side rooms and basically validate. Dumb. Up. Oh. This is an awesome. Quickly do this. Yeah, you don't have to make it go as high as like axe. This is an awesome speed puzzle. Save it up there, and now let's charge straight back up for what cut out. Easy. Super missile obtained. Super missile pick obtained. Pink. That's it. Rosewood Temple doesn't have a whole lot going on, but I could be wrong. I'm going to break out the maps. Hope that it keeps the. Yeah, the game's still running, so it's capturing the game. Awesome. Let's see. Maps. I'm sorry, I'm cheating, but I want to get this game done in one playthrough. Alright, now let's compare. Not those three items, there's one up top. Oh, there's the Metroid. With that, there's the save station. Oh yeah, no, I did that because we missed some accident there. Oh, okay. There might be one I missed. Find out. There might be one I've missed. Let me go find out. Going up here. I'm not sure though. No, because that's just showing off the puzzle, right? Yeah. Okay. There's the save room there. Oh yeah, let me not forget about this place. Remember where we first fought the Chozo Guardian that was like, hey, why you steal from ruins, Carl? Alright, Carl. No, that was a troll level of yours. Not of yours, but one place. I wanted to reference it. Quickly make our way back through. Ah, yeah. I love speed booster. Let's go up here. We couldn't have done much if we tried to come up here earlier. Interestingly, come on. There's a missile pack we could have gotten here earlier, but there's a power bomb door. So we get, of course, a power bomb tank. Power bombs for power bombs. It's simple enough. Sorry. From there. Hey, that's it. Is there anything else I'm missing? I think so. Back way, anyway. Yeah. Now, we can go back and take the fast travel around again. If we want to. We probably should, so that we know where we're all at. They all go to. These things are so easy now. I just wish I could go faster in this room. Actually, now that we are fully powered up and have high speed, I wonder if we could find one of those weird floaty skull things. Once again, nothing done with it. Really makes me wonder, is it just color coding for the area? I'm actually unsure what their point is, besides being there. Oh. Legend has it that if they're like the enemies from before, you can ride them down into the ground. Wonder. Right here? Yep, it's going down. Going down. Will it take us into the ground, though? Nope. How weird. How so very strange. Okay, I don't know. This open. Can't see that right now. Alright, what am I doing? It's here. Oh, it's not. Oh, I'm on the wrong side. Lol. Ignore my silliness. I don't know what I'm doing half the time, I feel like. Remember this room? This is where we first got our first energy tank so long ago. Oh, look, 2-3 hours ago. So long. Well, let's get back in the vacuum chute. Yeah. We can't do anything with that one. How odd. Go up this way, and we've arrived back in the industrial complex. Alright. It's actually a good area to be in. I think there are a couple things we can get here. And readjust the map. Okay. Quick comparison. Oh, there is one I can get to outside the industrial complex. Let's start there. I think we've gotten everything we can get inside the complex itself. But there's some stuff outside that we can get. Let's go ahead and make our way to do that. First of all, I want to blow open this door, but we do not want to enter it. Not this way yet. I want to gather up our speed boost, line ourselves with the hole on the door, and then I forget exactly what to do. We need to power bomb it. I think the blocks. So okay, I get it. Our speed. Good. Oh man, how rude. Let's see. Charge up. Ah! Oh man. I tried to hit the down button to cancel it. It didn't work. I think we can go down a little lower. There we go. Charge up again. Charge through the blocks. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Power bomb tank acquired. Power bomb tank acquired. I don't know. It just came out like Mario, so I went full Mario with it. Yeah, I did a pretty good job cleaning up the industrial. We do have some stuff we can get. Most of the stuff we can get is on the other side of this room. Is on the other side. See how quickly Ice Beam deals with these things. Quite quickly, actually. Let's zoom across, even though that's not going to be very helpful to us. We honestly don't need to speed boost. Power bomb. Open up the tunnel. Ow, my eyes. Sorry for anybody that is that has sensitive eyes. You might just want to close your eyes for any of that. I thought of that earlier, honestly. Well, sorry. Ow. Oh, right. It's like actually bad. Oh yeah. So one of the other things is you don't have to shoot these things to move them. You don't have to bomb them either. You could actually move them with missile blasts and get the same result. Maybe quiet for a while. Going back to the fast travel chamber. That was sweet. Wait, really? This brings me here? I don't want to be here. I've already done everything here. I wanted to go to the hydro plant. Oh, heck. Ah, another fast travel point. I have my mic muted, so most of what I just said completely got missed. Alright, now we're back at the hydro station, where we wanted to be in the first place. There is some stuff to get here. There's nothing down at the bottom that I haven't gotten. Nothing over there. There's nothing up right. Not everything. I think I've gotten everything inside the plant proper. So we can leave without... I love how they just bounce around like, oh, I'm ice now. There's a missile on the right-hand side on the wall. I think this is like the original. I think this is similar to the original. That it was there too. I almost said 250 missiles. I think that's the cap. This one is particularly annoying to get moving. Especially since we have to get it down here. Excuse me, go the other way. Oh my gosh. There we go. Alright, it's starting. There we go. There we go. Now I just gotta get it up in there. There we go. Opens up a door back up here. Right here. Ah. Super missile block. But we don't want to actually shoot too many blocks because, well, as it would turn out, those are also super missile blocks, and if we shot those out by accident, we couldn't actually get that super missile. Really clever puzzle. Nothing to that one, but there is something to this one. Yeah. We have a turbocharge room, or a super speed room, but nothing actually for it because we can't actually get anything out there that way. What we instead have to do is we have to make another precision Mind Spark. Done with these. Yeah, if you thought we were done with these, so did I. This one's even harder to do because you have to get it on a very specific block again. The block in question we have to go through is right here. We have to actually get up on top of that little block after we gain our speed and sort of charge successfully. Thankfully, it's not that horrible. And neither is getting that power bomb. You just have to power bomb it. Easy as that. And now we can race our way out at turbo speeds. Nice. Alright, let me compare the maps. Not that one. I think I've gotten everything at the hydro station. I hope to God I have. Now, we're not going to take a fast travel route back. Actually, we're not going to at all unless the distribution center for us. We'll figure that out as soon as we have cleared out the rest of the areas. We want to actually go back to the Galactic Federation camp. Because there's stuff that way. Remember how the ships had to touch down somewhere, right? So let's see if we can't find where they touched down. If we can get the elevator working again, we should be able to do that with the one area at least. In order to do that, we have to go down this way. By the way, there is a really rudely hidden power up along one of these routes here. Yeah, it's right there. You can see it as a little circle on the map. We'll get it on our way back down. Interestingly, the lava never drains from this area, which is not consistent with the rest of the areas of the game. We want to power bomb our way up, and that turns the elevator back on, but you have to use the elevator if you don't want to. You can totally shine spark wall jump your way out if you want. I love this. Elevators are for chumps, am I right? Here we are, a new environment. This is the landing site of the Galactic Federation ship Thoth. It is a Griffin-class ship, once an escort of an Olympus-class battleship that has since been converted into a research vessel. Oh, this is the reason. Its crew has continuously helped the Federation explore planets, ancient civilizations, and study species throughout the galaxy. Thoth carries portable drilling machines. The ship landed on a small valley. The present dig site connects directly to the research lab. Anhir-class gunship is also nearby, registered to rescue. Well, if the music is anything to go by, things didn't go so hot. We already know that. Look familiar? Anyone who's played Metroid II knows what that is. One thing we can do, let's just go ahead and show this off. Get up to the top of the map and you can shine spark. Aging. This part of the map is fucking huge. There is the gunship. We can't actually get to it, but we do have two basically freebie power bomb tanks. Odd. Another data log. Galactic Sergeant or Galactic Sergeant Galactic I guess it must be a Sergeant class, right? Oraka. Everything's slowed to a crawl after we captured that blind thing a few nights ago. When I was told this operation was the chance of a lifetime, I didn't expect to waste most of my time digging with researchers. Still, it's better than my sister's assignment. I can't imagine anything more boring than patrolling the borders of frickin' Empire space. Oh, God. Or you had kept your mouth shut. How boring it is, huh? Blind food, huh? Well, that's odd. I don't recall there really being any kind of blind thing with these games. Odd. Here's another one. Corporal Dutch, I guess. FC. What's got Dallas so spooked? I, for one, can't wait to put ice rifles to the test. They came prepared and didn't have a chance to use them. Preferably on those Metroid things everyone keeps yakking about. I read the intel, keep the suckers frozen until the squad demos shatter them with their rocket launchers. Teamwork. They had a plan and it would have worked. I just hope they've gotten good practice in anywhere but the outdated Survivor arena. Their Metroid holograms are a joke. I mean, if that's how Metroids function, then maybe they're not a joke. How do you know? It was given, I'm sure that Samus was the battle testing person for it. I'm just filling in these squares. My OC is like on a roll right now. I need to stop making jokes about that because that's really not a good thing to have. OCD is pretty terrifying, actually. I read into it and I studied it and I looked at the cases. Why are we making jokes about it? Oh, yeah. They're all dead. Here's another log. From Hudson. We got a distress signal out before that bug Metroid fried the comm antenna, but the captain's issue. He wants to look for the underground team. Got our asses kicked. He wants us to go back out there. I've got a better idea. How about we ditch them in the planet? I don't care if I'm branded a coward or locked away with a pirate bunk mates at HQ. I just want off this death trap of a rock. Smart, but unfortunately not ethical. Another one. Lots of log entries here. From First Lieutenant Palmer. This is a disaster. First we detected a tremor emanating from the underground's camp elevator. Then Ash's radar picked up 3 Metroid signals in our way. One of them was different. Looked like an insect that shot lightning. Ice rifles couldn't stop. Oh, they meant a gamma. Baraka covered us as we fled the ship. Last thing I saw was that thing flying away with her body. Oh, get her scream head. The writing. And I just compliment their writing. Oh my god. You'd be amazed. It's kind of hard to write this sort of thing, dude. Captain Dallas. I escorted Ash back to the Thoth after the underground camp gave him samples from as a large translucent husk. He's concerned about what might have left him behind. I was worried if given far more soldiers for the mission law bounty hunter. HQ is confident that their intel will enable us to kill the original Metroid type if extinct by now, but on what basis do they believe is the only threat on SR-88? Well, gotta love intel. Intel drives everything, problems happen. Ash's log number 8. Researchers know. Larva Metroid carries 4 nuclei organs primarily used to stock the energy absorbed from prey. For protection, it distributes a portion of the organ's power into their surrounding membrane and fortifies it. Only cold temperatures can hinder the flow of energy and weaken its defense. Recent findings that 3 of the larva's nuclei eventually changed to stem-like cells on F8 to be building blocks for forms. Why only here? Is there something in its food? Some radiation the planet emits. Ash's log number 71. Larvae on SR-3D8 are voracious until they metamorphose, at which point their hunger subsides. Off-roll Metroids cannot normally shed their larval form, which I believe is a side effect of their mutation. Nuclei likely alter in function when Metroid is removed from SR-3D8, changing into specialized cells to help the creature tolerate its surroundings. This, along with new environmental factors, cause subtle or drastic changes to the body. Regrettably, the Metroid is stuck in perpetual hunger and tries to reach Norvik in longer pain. Aches. That's pretty yikes. The presence of compact nuclei rendered a larvae highly responsive to radioactivity. For example, beta rays cause them to divide and multiply within hours, a fact that aided the space pirates in keeping specimens for many operations. Other radioactive elements enable off-world Metroids to bypass their larval phase and mutate into powerful aberrations that, if not reported by Erin herself, I'd have disregarded this fiction. It's gravely concerning to think how other forms of radioactivity can affect Metroid. Our government must take action to cancel them again. If only you knew what the government wanted with Metroid. Wouldn't say that. Galactic Federation researcher Kane. The captain's been muttering about bounty hunters under his breath again. I think HQ will minimize their involvement with them as their reliance on the latter to solve problems kind of made them. And it explained why Samus, the famed Metroid killer, wasn't hired to accompany him. This could have been my chance to meet him. And again, H2 didn't bother sending him any amenities with us, so it's not like I could ask him out for a drink. Oh, if only you knew, buddy. That's so funny. Here is a new save station type. Interesting. I love the detail that went into all this. I love that that is a joke to the him thing. Once again, the elevators are for chumps. I think they were keeping Metroids, huh? Huh. One got out, that would explain all this. Not the damage. What the fuck is that? No. What are you? Genesis, an ambush predator. This blind animal has adapted to hunt in the dark, relying on specialized senses to stalk prey. Its body offers little protection and will attempt to conceal itself in shadows as a result. Its acidic blood is used as a projectile out of hemorrhaging. Alien, anybody? The Genesis naturally hunts and broods, making a highly successful species will need to evolve its DNA to belongs to the oldest living lineage of SR-388, granting its name. Yeah, alien vibes, anybody? What do I get out of this? And if it takes that many, imagine hunting a pack of them. That was the point. I strongly believe that's an alien callback put in the game. It would just make sense. But now we're full on energy tanks and power bombs. We don't have very much left. Where's all the rest at? Well, probably at our distribution center that I missed? Who knows? Let's head back and let's find out. Is that blowable up at all? No. That's some or something. Well, we have to report that area as... I don't remember seeing you guys before. Carrion eaters have approached the vicinity, drawn to the scent cave previously trapped within the Thoth. Those are just carrion eaters. Well, let's head down. We do have another missile on the way I can grab. Quite a few super missiles, so it's not that. Also, we can kill these things now. Excellent. Oh, I missed it because I was contending with all these bozos. Ah, that's why we actually get it. Oh, you're kidding. Sorry if anyone's saying anything in chat, I still can't read it. There's 240 missiles. Anything else we're missing? Maybe. Only one way to find out, though. Alright. Down to here again. Yeah, we're at 18 super missiles, so we have one more super missile expansion to go, 2 more packs of missiles to go. I think that's it. We'll blow these up. Alright, bright lights. Well, let's see. We're right by the distribution center now. So let me look at it again and see errands to make sure I didn't hit. Missile got there. Power bombs I got. Cool. Yeah, we're good. It means these next areas that better probably have all the rest. Yeah. Okay. I know where we're going. We have gotten everything now. Except for, well, like I said, the stuff along the way. Ah, even trade, if you ask me. What was that about? Sorry, I completely missed this. I had to go and look up maps to make sure I knew what I was doing. I don't play this game often enough to know where everything is yet. As it turns out, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. I probably would have found everything eventually if I'd actually been bothered, so I kind of feel like I let myself down a little bit. Power bomb to make sure I know where I'm going. Oh, look at that. Go ahead and reset it, then do this. Yeah! I know my stuff. I think. This is an interesting area. This is where the game kind of gets a little interesting. Why did I'm so redundant, I swear. Interesting area. This is where the game gets a little interesting. Oh, no, dur. What else is new? Captain Ow. Captain Obvious. Well, there's all our missiles. I'm just missing a power bomb. Not a power bomb. Sorry, a super missile expansion. We've used 2 power bombs already, so that's why it looks like there's a power bomb expansion. Oh, that's new. That wasn't there before. Also, those things just block my super missile shots. Oops. Those are energy shots coming after us. Hey, these things are actually opening fire at us. Crazy. Where was this crazy talk? Ah, we have to go up, probably. 1 Metroid detected in this area. Awesome. I was right. Go up and get it. Go up and get it. Alright, let's see. Oh, come on. Up, up. We're close. I feel it. We're getting close. We're running out of places to hide. Well, that's odd. You'd think at this stage in the game we would get in more than Alpha Metroid. Well, that is so weird. Okay. Yep, lava's moving again. And that's odd. It looks like it's coming up higher. Well, that can't be right. Let's go check. Yeah, what the heck? It's all up here now. Wait. Hey, we missed one? Well, that's odd. We are getting better at hiding. But I did pick another one up, so I better go find it. Why did the lava come up though? Weird. But I guess that's why, by a gameplay standpoint. Oh wait, that's gunfire. Let's go check it out. Wait, that's the rescue team. Oh no. What is that? Oh dear. This is the Omega Metroid. The apex of competitor of SR-388. The Omega Metroid exhibits devastating strengths. Impact from its claws can severely cripple or kill large animals. Most heavily armored prey are flung through the air. Despite its towering figure, it can lead and use its weight as a weapon. It lands in the mouth and ignite its saliva, turning it into an organic flamethrower. Membrane has greatly thickened. Maximum firepower is strongly recommended. This is the final stage in its life cycle, and very few manage to reach its size. Its size is a result of its powerful muscles rapidly expanding to massive proportion. Oh boy. It's a big one. Oddly, though, in this version, unfortunately, it's not that hard. Like, I kind of get why. Like, they were hard, man. Like, see, that's it's using its weight as a weapon. But like, that's it. They were nerfed from this original version. And that was this must be their hideaway. The search and rescue team was an elite combat group consisting of heavily armed soldiers. Their mission: locate and extract any surviving personnel from the missing research team. There are no survivors. The Metroid just wiped the floor with. What was that? That sounded like a roar we've not heard in a while, but as far as completion goes, we're at 100% item completion. We still got an area to go through. This game is not over. And it won't be for a little while yet. Let's make our way back without having to worry about any more items. We're at 250 missiles. That's quite the stockpile. 20 missiles, 20 super missiles, 20 power bombs, and a full set of 10 energy tanks. For a grand total of 1,099 energy. Useful for research for myself. Let's just kill those things before they become a nuisance. Skipping that, because I can just. Oh, I suppose I can just blow it up the missile though. To the left is the save room. Use it. We're at 100% completion. Let's make our way through. There's more carrion bugs moving in. Less and less life as we go. Huh. We're really running across fewer and fewer things. There's a little bug down there. Shortcut. We don't have to go through any of that except for this. And we can just screw attack up here. Actually, I wonder. Wait, now. And here we go. Scanning the environment. Energy patterns scanned. 3 Metroids detected. This place. Dark. It is weird. There's nothing here except those glow flies. This is the nest. This area is infested with thick, globe-like masses composed mostly of crystallized carbohydrates. Those that have yet to harden are constantly moved by the airflow created from the lightest motion by creep. Only the most adaptable life forms can thrive. Metroids. Save station? Users. We only have 3 Metroids left. Spoiler alert, they're all Omega Metroid. I mean, we have 4 Metroids left, because we also have to take into account that there is Queen behind us. Yeah, this area is unlike any other area in the game. I love its aesthetics. Looks like a combat arena. Don't mind me, the widescreen just made it easy to shoot you, man. His back opens up, which is a reference to, which I believe is actually quite a reference to the original game. Originally, they flew around and their weakness was their backside. You could hit a Omega Metroid in the backside, it took way less missiles to take down. Otherwise, they took a whopping 40. They were tanks. Well, they are in this game too, but not as bad. And actually, they're easier than Data Metroids, which is pretty kind of sad that they got nerfed and not the Data Metroid. Here's another one. Trying to use its weight on us. It likes to throw its weight around, doesn't it? Ow. And this is what it does if it corners you. No, almost no damage from getting cornered by an Omega Metroid. I should be down to like 3 energy tanks left after that kind of an assault. This is unnormal, but that's no excuse. You know, with the game of the original 3DS remake, they are so much rougher on just normal mode. Hard mode is even worse. Like, they just take forever to put down. Which, I mean, that's true to their name, they're Omega Metroids. Also, it is interesting to note that this arena was dramatically closed off. It originally was not this closed up. Which meant you could get knocked out of it. Backside. Fortunately, that's it. That's the Omega Metroids. I really wish they hadn't gotten them. They were rough. What they felt. About the only thing I wanted was their arenas to be closed in. Where's that roar again? Where it's from? Actually, I might know what it's from now. I have an idea. That's the last Metroid. Oh, I completely missed my path right here. This place is super duper linear too. There's nothing here. There's no items to hunt for. There's only Metroids to hunt for. Again, I might as well just power bomb to get the rest of the area. Well, there's life here now. Some life left over, but it seems like it's approaching. And maybe it's just an adaptable life form coming in to say hi. There's one more save point before we make our way to the last area of the game. This is a pretty short game. Like most Metroid games are, if you know what you're doing. if you're new to the Metro game, it will take its time. Oh, this whole area is now infested with enemies. Up until a certain point. Now here we are. This strange little set of waterfalls is here to greet us. Do not fall down into the water. You will get transported back. Some carrying things here. I guess that's all that's left here from the Metroids picked the wrong way out. The original game, it's much easier to fall into the water or fall all the way back down. This is a weird sort of a maze. And it's not even a maze, it's more like a labyrinth that you can fall back down into and have to go straight back. It's actually a little bit. There's nothing here. It's just water. There's nothing here. Life. Only the presence of life is carrying. Those things are just gonna be there. Not really worthwhile prey. If you've missed anything, this is your last chance to fall back down that waterfall and go get it. There is no other way, there is no returning past this point. That looks like a grand temple. Made by the Chozo. Yeah, the ultimate weapon in the universe, Metroids. Ironically, one of the most peaceful races. I want to go back there and see all that. That looks like the abandoned organization of the past. They are. Final research point. Wood here, after a certain point, can't go back. The game originally offered a method by which you could get the ice beam if you had disposed of it, right before you got into this temple. Oh, also this area. This, the fast travel. Interesting. A long-lost fast travel system that will take you back. Let's go into this door. Interesting. What is that? Looks like a power-up of some kind. I believe it's right past here. Oh dear. 9 Metroids. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's not right. Uh-oh. It's larval Metroids. Abandoned environment. Embedded above an abandoned city are the remains of a laboratory. Scanners confirmed that there was extremely sophisticated equipment. We found along with scientific data of incalculable magnitude. Only stasis tank left. Organic traces within suggest genetic research and DNA manipulation. Biogenic substances of an unknown age coat the laboratory's walls. They were making Metroids. This here, the Metroid Research Innovation Laboratory. Kind of spooky, think about it. These are the easiest ones to deal with. If they get on you, drop more fall bombs and put them off. Freeze them, they drop harmlessly to the ground, hold them up. This is what the research team was trying to do prior. Also, one super missile is enough to destroy them as well. Oh, that blew up the whole thing. There are not nearly as many Metroids here. That roaring is much louder. Prepare yourself, for you now face the Metroid II. The only Metroid organism naturally capable of producing offspring, the queen is the heart of the species and mother of every Metroid born on FR338. Her role in the hive has hindered her mobility, yet encouraged the development of a long-necked and massive head to strike at a distance. Her cell structure indicates she is heavily aged, possibly as old as the lab she is settled in. Years have reinforced her torso to impenetrable levels. The queen's genetic coding is distinct from the other Metroids. She may have gone through a unique life cycle to obtain her form. Oh, well, Queen Bitch, time to die. Oh yeah, you can actually shoot the head. I highly recommend saving the don't bother saving your missiles or anything here. This fight can be a little rough. If you have super missiles left, you spend them. We'll get more anyways from those things. It is now going to blow up in the chamber. This is a multi-tier boss fight. Again, have any missiles left? Jam them all. Plenty of recharges. Even if you have to work for them. Just wait down here. Wait for her to blow up the next door. I love the Metroid Prime sound effects in this theme. Keeps going. Not done yet. We are now in a corner. We can't get out of here. Thankfully, I think she's on her last though. I'll go above that for a while. Actually, that is a new addition. She didn't used to do that either. Makes sense, though. Other Metroids have that ability, why wouldn't she? Oh. Die. They made this fight harder, didn't they? This feels like it's a lot longer to get to its last phase. Up one more wall. Now we really are trapped. We have nowhere to dodge. We're gonna go in and drop a power bomb. Right on us door. Gonna take. Got it. That's it. There's just one thing left to take care of. All the way back here behind where she was. It's a Metroid hatchling. Oh! It's not attacking us. Yeah! In this game, we discover a Metroid hatchling and Samus, instead of killing it, takes to using it. taking it with her, rather. This is so much different in the remake. I won't spoil why, but this is so much different. I prefer it this way, honestly. Done everything. Fought the hardest boss in the game. You fought through all the Metroids and a million bosses to get here. This is the end of the game. Mostly the Metroid is eating all those crystallized carbohydrates as their food. Especially when they're too small to actually get energy from anything else. Let's let it eat. Might as well. And here we are. That's it. We are out on top of a cleaned up SR3 gate. Full view of a carrion callers are coming back. The carrion pickers are here to clean up. Done. That's it. This is the end of Metroid II. Here's your ship. Now, a question you might ask is, can we actually go back and see about going back to the areas? No, you cannot. This truly is the end. If you go too high, you actually take damage. It's kind of funny. Takes this baby Metroid into the ship, and we take off. That's the game. We failed our secondary objective, unfortunately. But they're not going to have to worry about another research team, hopefully. We can now we've documented all the dangerous species, we can tell them all about it. And maybe next time they send us to SR388, we'll actually get sent with them this time. Federation, anyways. Music composition, there you go. Those are the names you look at. You guys are awesome. Music is amazing. What a rush. Metroid II is, in my opinion, when it was remade, actually a really amazing game for its time, and the remakes have always shown it, well, they've shown its age. They have also shown that it can be made even better, and it continues to be an amazing Metroid game to this day. I would highly recommend picking up either the original or the remake on 3DS, and then give this one a go too. In terms of pick up and play, I think this one is so much more approachable than the 3DS one, but I prefer the 3DS one overall. Yep, here's the original staff, owing to the game's original creation. Gotta give credit where credit is due. For the inspiration to a wonderful game. Clear time of 2 hours 27 minutes overall. Well, door transitions notwithstanding. Item collection 100%. And nice splash art ending. The next mission, that would be Super Metroid. We're going to leave this off for a month. We're going to pick up Super Metroid in August. That's a game that I can go on for, because so much to talk about in it. It is so good.
The last Metroid is in captivity. The galaxy is at peace.
Not for long. If you know why, you know why. Otherwise, we'll see you in August. Oh, and this is also added. Oh. Yeah, those crystals, the Metroids are eating them. How odd. Huh. Oh. That's a nastier predator than Metroid. Uh-oh. Fusion difficulty unlocked? That's new. What? Hold on. Well, now hold on a minute. Now I have to know. New game plus? Also, random game plus, too. Oh, cool. I'm assuming I'm going to take 1,000,000 points of damage in this game. But yeah, apparently you can come back and there's a lot of features on this fan-made game, so it's definitely worth coming back and seeing. But I am done for now. Till next time. Tomorrow, I will probably be playing more Final Fantasy XIV. I'm waiting for a really good day off to just sit and play Octopath Traveler. That's coming on Friday. I will play Octopath Traveler for a long time to make up for all the time I've not played it. Thank you for joining, and I will see you next time for Final Fantasy XIV, and I will come back to you with Super Metroid in the month of August. Maybe even play some ROM hacks. That game has amazing ROM hacks, but I do not know yet. I will see you guys next time. Take care.